Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft and I'm back with another tutorial. Now this week I thought we would do 10 sort of clean and simple Christmas cards. I did a one last year and it was pretty popular, so plus I need Christmas cards so I thought we'll make them together. So what I did was, well, what I've got is, I don't know why, but I ended up buying like 3 packs of 6x6 Christmas, 3x3, 6x6 Christmas cards, about 3 packs of them I found in the drawer. So I'm going to make them all 6x6 because I have quite a lot of them. So I've got the cards, I've got the envelopes, and I've cut some for the insides, which are about 5 3/4 square. So 10 of everything. So we're going to get on and do them. So first idea is I've got some alphabet dies, and I'm going to use the word Noel. So I need them. I've just rooted around in my Christmas stamps. I've just grabbed a few here. Don't know if I'm going to use them all, but I've grabbed this one, which is an old stamp by Chloe. It's this one here, quite a big stamp actually. So I've got to get organized. I've cut some top panels for the card, which are about 5 3/4 again. I'm just checking because some are different shades and you really want to be using, especially with like white cards, yeah, you really want to be using the same shade. So I'm sure it's this one, yeah. So we're going to work on the top panel. So this stamp is sort of, because everything's sort of going to go up towards the top, I'm going to stamp this stamp roughly in the middle like this. I'm using, this is Chloe's actually, a silver dollar embossing powder. Got an embossing buddy and my Versamark, which, just a second, I haven't got that ready. Right, got that ready. So get these out of the way and then we will start doing this. So we've done that. So what we're going to do is sort of like an eclipse card. So I'm going to cut the Noel just out of here. Might have to push them together a bit more. Yeah, just a little bit. So I'm going to get these even and then I'm just going to cut them out with the die cutting machine. So I'll get these. Alright, so for the inside I have just used this die to cut out these pretty stars. I've grabbed a stamp which is Very Merry Christmas to You, and I'm going to stamp it with this Hickory Smoke Archival ink rather than just having it in black. I'm just going to put it there. There we go. And on the front I just put 5 little dewdrops, and then I've just got to glue this in, and basically that is number 1 done. Very plain, simple, but I think it looks pretty elegant, so I'm happy with that. There we go. So that's number 1. Alright, so this next one again is so easy. I've got my 6x6 card base. I've cut some blue, which is just slightly smaller, and then I've got my white piece for the top. That's how I'm going to have the card. So I'm going to quickly glue this on here first. And then this bit's going to go on the card front. And literally all I've done, making a mess with that, I've just cut a J and a Y, and I've put some foam tape on the back, and the O is going to be a snowflake. So I'm going to have the snowflake obviously in the middle for the O, and then I'm going to have the J and the Y, so it's just going to be joy. I've done the inside. What I've done is I've just stamped a sentiment. I've used a little corner die, and I've just put a little sort of glittery gem in the middle, which I might put one in the snowflake as well. So I'm just going to glue the snowflake on flat because it's a bit too fiddly to get foam tape on it. Number 2. So I'll just glue. So easy, but it just looks so pretty. So we'll move on to another one. Okay, so this next one is going to be another really simple one. So I've got the 6x6 card, and I've got a blue piece of, well, it's sort of card, but it's very thin, and I've cut it to 4x4 inches because I want to have this sort of just in the middle. So I've got some of this silver thread, and I want to wrap it around the card a couple of times, sort of up towards the top. So I've got that wrapped around there, and then I'm going to pop this up on some foam pads. No, before we do that, I'm going to stamp a little sentiment. So I've got one. Where did I put it? It just says, "'Tis the season," and I think, yeah, I'm going to stamp that over here just with some black ink. just there. Now I can pop this up with some foam pads, I think. Okay, so I've got that. And then I've just cut out just a little white snowflake. I'm going to sort of have this over here, but I want to have some more sort of thread behind it, just in a sort of fancy shape, I think. So I'm going to put like another one of these things over it, so I can put a foam pad right in the middle. And I'll use that to put some of this little silver thread behind it as well. It's just sort of sticking out anyway, really. I don't really mind so much. Maybe just have a bit there. Just something like that, and then I can pop another one of these. I can put this in the middle to cover that bit of tape. See what I mean? And then I think I'm just going to take some of these little enamel shapes again. Some of the dark ones, just dot them around really. And it's basically just really plain and simple. And then on the inside I stamped "From Our Home to Yours." I just used a corner punch, and I'm going to just glue this inside, and that is card number 3. Really, really simple. So we'll glue that in there. There we go. So that is number 3. I'm trying to find my envelopes actually. Just leave the envelope plain, so we'll move on to another one. Okay, so got another one. Now I've cut loads of little stars out from Miri card, but like shiny and matte, just so it's a bit of a sort of contrast. I've cut a piece of vellum which is 1 inch wide, and it's just the length of the vellum, which this looks like 8 1/4. It's just so it goes over our top piece and it's enough to fold it round really. So I'm going to heat emboss a sentiment on this. But when I do it, I want it sort of a bit more to the right, so I'm probably going to do it somewhere about here. So I've got a stamp which is "A Merry Christmas to You and Your Family," and I'm going to use gold embossing powder for this. Okay, just want to get this put on pretty straight. Looks okay. And then I've got a spoon somewhere. We'll go, and then I will heat set that. There we go. That looks beautiful. And so let's get our front piece of card, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to be wrapping it around the card. So I can just use, I can just fold it over. That will do. I might just pop a couple of bits of tape on just to keep it down. There we go. So I've got that on, and then all I'm going to do for the rest of it is we're going to put sort of different kind of stars, just sort of, we can go bigger and to smaller or whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. Just sort of, like glue them on however you want them. But I think before I do that, I'm going to get it onto the front of the card with some foam pads. Let's see what I've got. There we go, so simple, but I think that is really pretty. And then what I did for the inside was I cut 3 stars out, and then I cut them out again from the mirror card, and I'm going to glue them back into the inside. So I'll pop that on here. And then I'm going to glue the stars back in. So that's the inside and the outside. So let's move on to another one. Okay, so another one. Right, what I've done is I've just cut a piece of just printer copy paper to just under the size of the card front. So the card front's 5 3/4 square, so this is about 5.5 inches square, this piece of copy paper, and I've just cut a star out of it, and I'm going to use this as a stencil. So I'm just going to get some of this low-tack tape and just tape it down a little bit just so it doesn't move. That'll do. And then I've chose this stamp, which I've had for about 2 years and I've never used it. It's a hunky-dory stamp, and it's got like peace, hugs, jingled, all of that stuff. And I was going to stamp it there, but I realised that I've probably cut the star out too big, but I did cut another one. Let me see if I've kept it. Yes, I have. I'd cut 2 out because I wasn't sure if that one would fit, but it didn't, so I've got a smaller one, so I'll just do the same thing again. Just stick this down a bit, and I basically just want to stamp this into the star. And I've used copier paper because obviously it's thin, and because if you use something really thick like card, it can stop the stamp from stamping. So I'll just cover most of this in for some more, because I'm going to heat emboss this. I haven't wiped this yet. I'll quickly wipe this down. Stop any finger marks. Now I'm going to stamp this. Hopefully that's worked. And then I'll get the embossing powder and we'll find out. I think it has. I think I can see it. Yeah, that's actually quite pretty. So I will heat emboss this. I mean, I would have preferred the star to be a bit bigger, but I suppose I could have just used a smaller card. But as I said, I've got loads of these 6x6, so I wanted to use them. So I'll heat a set this. There we go. That is really pretty. Really elegant, isn't it? So I just hate that the card warps. I really do, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I've got my card base again. Is that not because I've used the wrong one? Yeah, I've made an inside. And I think what I've done is I've put the wrong piece of card on the inside, because, yeah, I have. This is like it's not as good as quality, but I have a lot of it spare, and that's probably why it's warped a bit, because I was meant to put that on the front, but never mind, it's done now. That's the inside. I've just used some of those dies that I have on my website. I like to use them for the inside because they look really pretty. So get this on foam pads. And what I did was I've cut a star, so like another star, because I'm going to sort of just have it on here. So it's going to be really simple again. I found a little button and I've just put a bit of twine through it. So I might have the little button just on there. And then I've stamped this, which is Magical Wishes. I've heat embossed it. That's probably going to go somewhere like that. So as you can see, again, it's just really simple. But I think they look really elegant, so I'm going to stick this on. And I'll probably just use a little glue dot for this star. Sorry, this button. That sort of hangs over a bit, and then the little sentiment, I'll just cut that down. just going to have this over here, I think. That is so pretty for just, you know, making a bit of a stencil from some paper and then glue this on. I'm just sad that I'd used the wrong piece of card, but never mind. As you can see, this one is like the same whiteness as well. But it's still, that's beautiful. I like that. So we'll move on to another one. All right, we've got another one. This is another really simple one. I've got this snow stencil. I got it from the Scrapbook and Coach kit. I love this stencil actually. So the same thing again. I've got the card front. So I've got some tumbled glass, and all I'm going to do is stencil a couple of these snowflakes sort of towards the top, I think. I'm just going to put some ink on the brush, and I don't know if I'm going to have 2 or 3 yet. I might have a few on. So I've got 3 snowflakes, and actually I'm going to put one inside as well. So I just have one in the bottom left hand corner. That's for the inside. And then all I've done is I've took this stamp, which has got different words, and I've just took Merry and Christmas, put one underneath of each other, and I'm just going to stamp them on the top. I'm going to use black ink for that. And stamp these just sort of over the top. So this is going to go on the front, and I think what I'll do as well is I'll get some little sequins this time. Now, I've never shared this with you actually. These are brilliant. I got them from AliExpress. They just have a little lid that comes off. You get all the boxes with it for all your sequins. I've got 2 of these because I have lots of sequins. Absolutely brilliant. I think they came in 5 days as well from AliExpress. Really well packaged in bubble wrap and everything. I'll put the link for them, and they weren't that expensive. Not, I know what some people have paid for them, but I love these, and you can stack them on top of each other as well. So I'm going to use some of these, and you just open the little thing and you get all your little sequins in, or whatever you want to store in them. So I'm going to get a few of these out. much better than just having them in like little bags or little pots everywhere when they're all kept in, you know, like one place. And I'm just gonna glue some of these on when I've put this on. That would have been nice heat embossed actually, that black, but it's too late now. But yes, it would have been nice heat embossed to give it a bit of a shine. So stick this on here. It's going to go in there. There we go, another idea. Let's move on to another one. Okay, another one. So I've got my card front again. What I've done is I've just cut out 2 snowflakes because they're different, but I'm just gonna have one on top of another. So I've cut one from Mirri card and one from glitter card. So it just makes them, it just adds more interest to it really. So I've sort of done this before, I think last year, but they look so nice. So I've got the same tumble glass again, and I'm going to have the snowflake sort of down here. So I want to just create a bit of sort of blue colour around here. Not loads, you know, just a little bit. I think that'll do. And then I'm going to glue these snowflakes on top of each other. I'll tell you what I was going to do. I was going to put some of this thread round. So just stick a bit of tape on. Right, so I've got the thread round. I'll probably have to put some more glue on that now because it'll have dried. And then just glue the little snowflake. And then I've got one of those little things to just hide the little hole in the middle. Helps if you get it in the middle. A bit of glue as well, I think. Isn't that beautiful? And then I've got a sentiment which just says let it snow, so I might just pop that just above there. Let it snow. That is so simple, but it's just really, really pretty. And then, oh, I've got ink all over the place. I've got some more of those little sequins I've buried. I think I'm just gonna dot a few around, maybe it's just a few little ones. That's my one folder. And then glue this. No, I think I'll have to put it up on foam pads because of the thread. There we go. That is so pretty. So let's move on to another one. And I'm so happy I've got Christmas cards now to send. So there we go. Let's move on to another one. Alright, I have another one for you. So I've got the card base, but what I've done is I've took a piece of card and I've just sort of cut it on a bit of an angle. And I've put foam pads on the back and a bit of tape, because what I've done is I've just took some of this glitter card and it's going to just go, is that the right way? It's going to sit with just a little bit peeping out, just like that. So if I peel the tape off first, and then I can stick this bit of glitter card down. Just wanted a bit of it peeping out. Peel those foam pads off first, actually, because they're in the way. Yeah, just something like that. It's not, I can move it a bit further down. Yeah, there we go. Just trim that little bit off there. Okay, and then I can stick this on the card front now. There we go. So yeah, I might just put another foam pad under there, actually, if I could find them, that is. It's an absolute mess in here. I am such a messy crafter. I can't find anything. There we go, so that's what we've got. And then all I've done is I've just cut out, or I had some of them from the last card actually, just some little bits, and I've cut Merry Christmas, and I've made a little bow, a little silver bow, and I think I'm gonna have just like a sort of little arrangement here. I don't know, just something like this. And then I'm going to have the little bow across the top, move it down a little bit, something like that. And then I'm going to have the Merry Christmas on the bottom part of it. You get what I mean? Dead easy. A few of these little dewdrops on this time. basically that is it, and that is really quick and easy. But doesn't that look so pretty? And then the inside, I got, is this the right one? Yeah, I'm just going to use my little punch here again. Just glue that inside, and that is basically it. So let's make another one. Okay, last one. So what I've done, got the same 6x6 card again, and I've cut this little piece of blue card to 4.5 by 4.5, and I've just cut stars out of it, but then I've cut the stars again from silver mirror card because they're going to go back in here. You know, you get what I mean. This is, oh, let me get this. I love this. I got this when I went to Las Vegas in Walmart, and I love it. It's just all different shades of blue. It's beautiful. So that's what I'm using. I've tied a little bow, like it's got a few layers. I did it on the bow maker. So I've tied like a little bow for that, because that's going to sit up the top on here, but I'm going to tie some more string around first, just a couple. So I want this up near the top. Yes, so something like that. And then I can get this stuck on to the card. Like that, and then obviously we'll have to put, should I put them up or glue them flat? No, I'll put them up on pads as well. And then I'm going to get a glue dot for the little ribbon, the bow, sorry. Glue that. Yeah, we'll have that just there, I think. And then I've got a little sentiment, which is celebrate the wonder and joy of the festive season. Really, I should have stamped that before I stuck this on, but I'm hoping it's going to turn out okay. I forgot about that. Hopefully it'll be okay. Go for this about here. Oh no, I've smudged it, but hey, it is what it is. And then inside, I could put a white piece of card and do that again, couldn't I? So I'll see. But I've got a piece for the inside. I've rounded 2 of the corners. And I've got some of the little blue stars, which I'm going to glue them in here. And that is it. So There we go. It's just a shame that I've smudged the little sentiment, but never mind. So let's get in the ones we've done. So we've done 10. Excuse the mess. So I'll try and fit them in. That's really pretty. I love this one. This is just, I don't know, it's so elegant, isn't it? I love this one as well. Love this one. I love them all, really. There we go. So I hope it's given you some inspiration. You can have a go. I'll have all the info on my blog as well. So I'll be back next week with a 3D project. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care and bye for now.